Everyone, and welcome to this new live session on Parentally. Today we are going to talk about acupuncture, and I am inviting Annette, who will be our and hopefully it works. Yes, it
Hallelujah.
works. Hi, Annette.
Hello.
Welcome. Awesome, we made it.
Ooh.
Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you so much, everyone, for joining this new live session on our Parentally channel. Just a quick word of intro. My name is Carol. I am the founder of Parentally, and we are the go-to platform to help parents find any kind of support they may need at every stage of their parenthood journey, whether you are looking for the right professional or the right community or information. We are your go-to place, and actually today we are going to talk with one of our partner who is a member of Parentally, and we are going to talk about acupuncture. Very excited to talk about it.
Yeah.
If you don't follow us on Parentally yet, please do at parentally.nl, and do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, where you can find all the interviews we've done with all the professionals. But without further ado, Annette, I'm going to leave you the floor. Can you please tell us more about who you are, where you come from, what you do?
Sure. My name is
Great.
Annette. I'm a clinician at Free Spirit Acupuncture NL. That's my acupuncture practice
Mhm.
here in the Netherlands. I'm based in Hoofddorp, which is Metro Amsterdam,
Yeah.
ish. It's easy to get here from Amsterdam, though. Let's see. I work a lot with people who are on their parenting journey, right? So
Mhm.
that's whether they're trying to get pregnant, are pregnant, have just given birth,
Mhm.
etc.
Okay.
And yeah,
Great.
that's what I do.
Thank you so much, Annette, and I'm very happy to have you here today to talk about acupuncture.
Hmm.
I used acupuncture actually on my second pregnancy, and I discovered it, and I knew nothing about it. So I'm really happy that we get to talk about it to shine a light on how it can support parents at every stage of their parenthood journey. But
Hmm.
maybe we can start with the basics. Can you tell us exactly what is acupuncture?
Okay, so basically think of it like this. Acupuncture, so your body, it's got a lot of pathways that are talking to each other at all times, communicating at all
Mm-hmm.
times. And, sometimes communications get blocked, we'll say. Um, you know, uh, Maybe the signal coming from one area is not so strong, or maybe there's something else that's not happening. And what the acupuncturist does, what I do is I use these tiny little needles that
Mm-hmm.
are as thin as a hair
Yeah.
to allow your body to talk to itself again, so to speak, and let everything flow the way that it needs to. And that enables your body's ability to heal itself and to function normally and to reach a good state of homeostasis.
Okay. So how does it work basically? Like, what does a session with you look like?
So what happens when you first come in is you sit down. We have a little chat.
Mm-hmm.
You tell me a little bit about what's going on in your life.
Mm-hmm.
I like to talk not just about your symptoms, of course, because
Mm-hmm.
I want to get a picture of a whole person,
Mm-hmm.
right? Um, After that, I'll get you on the table. I feel pulses. I might look at your tongue, feel some different points to find if something is sensitive or not.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then from there, I figure out what needles I want to put in you
Okay.
or whatever else I might want to do.
And so is it like one session, several sessions? Like,
It kind of depends on what you're looking for, right?
mm-hmm.
Or what the issue is. If you have somebody who comes in and it's yeah, you're dealing with morning sickness and nausea, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I might pop the needles in, and within, a few minutes,
Okay.
you start to feel some relief. Of course, if you have other issues that are a little bit more complicated, like let's say somebody comes to me, um, they're having a hard time getting pregnant, history of PCOS or endometriosis or anything
Mm-hmm.
like that, it might take a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the general rule of thumb is the longer you've had the issue, um, the longer it might take to see some results. But it kind of depends.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of depends because the other thing is that yeah, you might come in for one thing, and then it turns out as we start relieving some of these blocks that
Mm-hmm.
you're seeing improvements in something else
Okay.
first, and then things will continue.
How long is a session typically?
About an hour.
Okay. Okay, nice.
About
And
an hour. Yeah.
and does it really work?
Yes, of course it
That's
really
the real
works.
question. Now, it's the question we get all the time. Like, are there any actual, evidence-based, evidence-supported benefits, of acupuncture?
Well,
Can you
there's
share some? Yeah.
yeah, I mean, there's so many studies that have been, they're doing a lot more studies,
Mm-hmm.
right? A lot more frequently now. And there's all kinds of studies that are showing that, yeah, I mean, acupuncture really helps with things like your digestion, with
Mm-hmm.
sleep, with ability to manage stress. Um, it's not just about pain anymore,
Mm-hmm.
right? There's so many things that you can come in for. Does it really work? Yeah.
I
Does
mean,
it all?
I'm asking, but I did it and it worked. So, like,
Yeah,
I'm a
yeah, and
believer,
I
but
mean, I want to say also but again, I also want to say it doesn't always work exactly the way you
hmm
want, right? So, for instance, if I get a call from somebody and they want to induce labor early,
hmm
uh, okay, we'll do a treatment, and the
hmm
idea is to do a labor preparation and to help prepare your body for the upcoming labor, right? We want to make
hmm
sure that you have good energy, that everything's working the way it needs to. But as parents know, it's the kid is going to come when it wants to come.
Yes,
So I can't
sure.
really make it happen,
Yes,
but we can do everything to enable it to happen as quickly as possible, and so that when it does, it goes a lot more easily. So that's why I don't want to say like,
yes,
well, it's not always going to be exactly what you wanted,
yes. I
but yes.
understand that. But this is something very interesting, actually, and let's dive into this a little bit deeper. What are the different stages of parenthood? That where acupuncture can actually be helpful for parents.
I mean, all of
All of
them,
them,
really.
yeah. Can you tell us more about, yeah?
Sure. I mean, it's there's let's see, when you're preparing to get pregnant,
Mm-hmm.
right? Obviously, um, there's if particularly if you're going through like a triact like IUI or IVF or
Yes,
anything like
okay.
that, it can be a fantastic support. And there's a lot of studies that having acupuncture treatments regularly can increase
Mm-hmm.
the possibility that the IVF is going to take, right?
Mm-hmm.
Once the pregnancy has already happened,
Mm-hmm.
that first month can be really tricky with all of those hormonal shifts and changes, right? It's like issues with sleeping, issues with nausea. So
Mm-hmm.
it can really help with that. Um, and then, yeah, just as things start to kind of get painful as you get bigger, right? It's like, oh, my back hurts, my this hurts, da, 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 da. And we can't really take all medication,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is a really good drug-free way
Mm-hmm.
to address any pains and issues that you might have. And then, of course, once the baby is there, then yeah, then you've got sleeplessness and
Mm-hmm.
stress and low energy and all of that good stuff. And I can help with that too. So
Nice.
yeah, and I can even treat the kids. So
From what age? Like, would you
yeah.
say?
babies. I mean, yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Not necessarily, and I'm not necessarily going to needle them, but
Yes. Yes.
there's other things that we can do, right? Kids,
Mm-hmm.
their energy moves very quickly, and it usually responds very well.
Mm-hmm.
So we can do, a lot of acupressure and massage and things like that are gentler.
You mentioned the chi. What is that?
Chi, so chi is basically energy,
Okay.
right? It's just your life force, the energy, the way things are moving
Okay.
through. Mhm.
Okay. Interesting. What are some of the most common reasons people come to you actually in your practice?
Well, a good chunk of them are fertility patients, I have
Yes.
to
Okay.
say.
Oh.
Yep. A good chunk are fertility patients, and I also have a lot of pregnant women, right? I do a lot of
Okay.
obstetrical acupuncture, and women who are preparing for labor. And then I also have people, who are coming in, parents or grandparents who come in because they're stressed out and they're not sleeping or
Mm-hmm.
whatever else. Um, yeah, I see all kinds of all kinds of complaints.
I would like to ask you, would you be willing to share maybe a story or a client experience that would like show us the power of acupuncture?
Oh gosh, yeah,
Oh, that's
there's
a tough
like
one.
there's so many, right? One I thought was really funny. I had a woman come in, and we were doing labor preparation
Mhm.
appointments, and this was like maybe her second appointment leading up to the big day. But she had been dealing with gestational diabetes throughout her
Okay.
pregnancy, right? And so I had her on the table, and I was working on a point that was specifically for the pancreas,
Mm-hmm.
right? And right in the middle of doing it, the little bionic thing that's on the arm that monitors the gestational
Mm-hmm.
diabetes,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
she got a notice on her phone from it that her blood sugar had changed, like just in
Oh,
the middle of it. So that was really cool. She said, "Oh my God, this is real." And
wow.
I said, "Yeah." Oh gosh, what else? I also had another woman who had come in. She had tried for years to get pregnant. She had gotten no, she finally was on an IVF triact. She had gotten no viable eggs from her first egg retrieval. She was just like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Blah, blah, blah. So we started working with each other
Mm-hmm.
once a week, rarely missed more than a week or two. Um, and yeah, when she finally went for the next egg retrieval, she came out with two embryos. She's pregnant now. She's in her
Oh,
second
wow.
trimester. Yeah,
Beautiful story.
yeah, really, really nice. So, and I get to see and be a part of a lot of stories like that, and I really love it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
it's a
really nice. And
privilege.
this is great stories to hear because I think there are a lot of actually there are a lot of myths and misconceptions about acupuncture. Maybe together we can like try to debunk some, or are there any that you can think of that you know you'd like to maybe clear up?
Things. Okay. Well, first of all, it's not just for pain. I think we've talked about how
Mm-hmm.
there's all kinds of things that focus on in a
Yes.
treatment. Um, a lot of people think that it's very woo-woo and not scientific. That's not entirely true. There's a lot more studies that are coming out now
Yeah.
on the practice of acupuncture, and I'm happy to send that to people if they
Mm-hmm.
if they would like to see articles. But just get on PubMed, take a look around.
Mm-hmm.
There's definitely all kinds of scientific studies coming out. It's not the same as dry needling,
Yeah. Okay.
right? Because a lot of people also will say like, "Oh, well, I went to my physio and da da da." Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's fine and that's great. Physios are working. Dry needling is mostly working with trigger points and looking for, things that hurt. So yeah, when you
Mm-hmm.
needle into it, it's gonna
Yeah.
hurt. It's a little different, but I'm working with the various energetic channels and different. I'm looking at it through a different lens, we'll say. And then I guess the biggest misconception I hear a lot is that it's painful.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not, I'm not going to say like it never hurts.
Yes.
Then that wouldn't be entirely true. At worst though, and it's like a little sting,
Yeah.
right? And it's over like this.
Yes.
Um, Once the needles are in, and that doesn't happen every time. Once the needles are in, it can be anything from like a dull ache.
Mm-hmm.
Some people just kind of feel euphoric. Some people don't feel anything at all.
Mm-hmm.
Some people just take a nice long nap. It's a little different for everybody, but pain, no.
Yeah.
No, I
No.
wouldn't say that it's painful. No.
Would you say that it's for everyone? Can everyone try acupuncture? There are
Absolutely.
no contraindications or no.
No, I mean, I would say if you're dealing with issues like a high blood pressure,
Mm-hmm.
um, if you're already pregnant or trying to get pregnant, then let that acupuncturist know
Yeah.
what's going on. But anybody can be treated
Yeah.
with acupuncture and Chinese medicine. Absolutely.
So,
It's
like
good
for someone who would be a bit maybe curious or unsure about acupuncture, what would you suggest as maybe a first step?
First step, give me a call. Give me a call. Reach out. You can send me an email. You can send me a WhatsApp. We can set up like a free 15-minute consult
Mm-hmm.
just to discuss, what the issues are that you're having and, see if we click
Mm-hmm.
and see if you want to move forward from there. That's the
Awesome.
best thing. Yeah, either the phone call or just come in for the first appointment.
Nice.
Yeah, and yeah, we'll get things rolling. So,
Well, that's really inviting. Thank you so much, Annette, and thank you actually for sharing all this really interesting information about acupuncture. We're coming to the end of this live, so I have one last very important question for you.
okay, lay it on me.
What would be your golden advice for parents or parents to be?
Ooh, that's a tough one, right?
Yeah.
I think the most important thing is to be gentle with yourself
Mm-hmm.
first. We're already under parents now are under so much pressure all the time.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
And you want everything to be perfect and you always want to do everything the best. But remember that you're a beginner as a
Yes.
parent, and that's okay, right? And you're learning as you go. And even if you already have one kid and this is your second one, okay,
Yeah.
well, you're a beginner at this kid. You're a beginner at having multiple children. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's okay. Be kind to yourself. Get support when you need it, and yeah, taking care of yourself is the most important thing.
Thank you, Annette.
Mhm.
Excellent advice. I love this. I love it. So before we go, can you
Mhm.
tell us a bit more about your practice, Free Spirit Acupuncture?
Sure.
Let us, yeah.
Yeah, I work right now out of the Peer Geboortecentrum
Mm-hmm.
in Hoofddorp. We're right on the Kruisberg. It's very convenient. It's easy to find, and I'm also available for home visits.
Okay. Oh,
Um,
nice.
yeah, so of course, that's gonna kind of depend on where people are located and making sure that I can
Mm-hmm.
get to you easily. But even if I can't get to your particular area easily, I can always try to help you find someone else who is closer to you.
Okay.
Uh, so I'm here for everybody's support.
Fantastic. What's your perimeter, basically, around Oftorp?
Well, yeah, I'm trying to think. Um, let's see, Hoofddorp, New-Vennep, Heemstede, going towards Amsterdam, probably, yeah, south and west are going to be the closest.
Okay.
But we can discuss, it really depends on the ease of being able to get
Mm-hmm.
in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
Fantastic.
mhm.
Great. Well, it was really nice to have this conversation with you. Thank you for sharing all of this with us today. I think everyone already now knows more about acupuncture thanks to you. So thank you so much. Of
Thanks
course, I
for
will share all your contact details when we share about the live, and of course, your Instagram account and your Parentally page where we can find all information about your services.
this.
This live has been recorded, so we will share it on the feed, of course, very soon. I want to thank everyone for joining this live. Thank you so much, Annette, for everything. And I
Thank you,
hope to
Carol.
see you, everyone, at another live. Goodbye.
Bye bye.